What's up, you die-hard Ram 2500 pickup truck enthusiasts? Today we are taking a closer look at your truck's suspension, specifically its coil spring, and what that means for you. Unlike traditional pickup trucks, the Ram 2500 has a great ride quality. And that's because it comes equipped from the factory with a rear coil spring suspension. This suspension setup is great for ride quality and makes your pickup truck feel a lot more like a family vehicle than it does a proper traditional pickup truck. But this ride quality comes at a cost. While the coil springs are great for ride quality, they definitely fall short when it comes time to tow and haul and use your vehicle like a proper pickup truck. That's where aftermarket helper spring systems like Timbren's SES suspension enhancement systems or Airlift's load lifter airbag system comes into play. Helper springs are going to keep your truck level when towing and hauling, which won't just impact the ride and handling when you're behind the wheel, but are also going to drastically improve the safety of your truck when you're towing and hauling. The question is, how do you know which helper spring product to run on your Ram 2500 pickup truck? And that is the question that we're gonna answer in this video. And by the end of this, you're gonna know exactly which helper spring product you need to run. First, let's talk numbers. The Airlift airbag system can handle up to 7,500 pounds of capacity. The Timbren SES suspension enhancement system, on the other hand, steps it up to 8,600 pounds. That's 1,100 extra pounds of capability. But it's not just about the weight, there are several other factors to consider as well. Airbag suspensions or airbag helper springs like Airlift have pressurized air inside them and maybe even an internal bump stop if you're willing to go for a higher end system and shell out a little extra cash. But the big drawback of airbag systems is what I like to call the U factor. These systems are only as good as the air that you do or don't put in them. Every time you hook up a trailer or haul a heavy load around in the bed of your truck, you'll need to appropriately apply the correct amount of air to your airbag. And because of this, they don't provide any progressive spring rate. A progressive spring rate is kind of like having a smart helper spring system. The more weight you put to the system or the more weight you apply to the system, the more it works to keep your vehicle level, safe, and the ride smooth. Like I said, airbag helper springs like Airlift's Load Leveler series don't provide a progressive spring rate. The amount of air you apply to the bags is it. And the more air you apply, the stiffer and the more uncomfortable these airbags are going to become. Timbren SES, however, does come packed with a progressive spring rate so that you don't ever have to think about how much air you need to apply to your airbags. Now, some users really like the flexibility of airing up or airing down that an airbag system provides. So if that's you and you have the money burning a hole in your pocket, systems like the Airlift Load Leveler series is a great choice. But for those of you who want a set it and forget it system that you install once and never have to think about again, Timbren SES kits are definitely going to be the kit for you. The next thing we need to look at is the durability of each of these systems. The last thing that you want to do is install a high maintenance needy system on your Ram 2500 truck that ends up becoming more work than it was worth. I'll keep this one short. Timbren suspension systems are virtually bulletproof. Airlift airbags, or any other airbag helper springs for that matter, are useless if you get so much as a pinprick in the airbag because they're going to leak. So unless you're really babying your kit, airbags may not be the choice for you. If you plan on taking your truck anywhere with things that could puncture the bags, like a campsite, construction site, farm, and so on, then you may want to reconsider running airbags. So for durability, Timbren definitely takes the crown. The other piece you're going to want to consider is the cost. Let's be honest, in these times of rising inflation, increasing gas prices, you don't want to spend any more money than is necessary. Now, an airbag system like the Airlift Load Lifter series can start to run a hefty bill. Once you have the airbags, the compressors, controllers, and all the other stuff and it's been installed, you're looking down the barrel of $2,500. Timbren SES, however, is going to run you little over $300. That's $2,200 in money saved and kept in your pocket. Now, this wouldn't be a complete guide to picking out helper springs for your Ram 2500 if we didn't talk about ride quality. Like I said earlier, you don't want to mess around with that. You've got a great system under your vehicle from the factory with that coil spring. So you need a system that's going to provide the suspension support that you need without tampering with that ride quality. Airbag helper springs need to run a minimum of 5 PSI at all times. And like it or not, even this minimal amount of change or of air in those airbags is going to negatively affect the ride quality of your Ram 2500. And that is a big setback of these airbag systems. Timbren has designed their SES kits to sit roughly 1 inch off the axle of your Ram 2500 when you're not towing or hauling. That is intentional so that the unloaded ride quality of your Ram 2500 is not impacted or tampered with whatsoever. But when you decide to hook up a trailer or put a heavy load in the bed of your truck, that's when this system sits down roughly 1 inch and begins to do its thing. And that's when it's going to begin eliminating suspension sag and improving ride quality. Furthermore, Timbren SES kits use patented AEON rubber spring technology that act as a shock absorber, delivering a smoother ride when you're towing. Ever towed a heavy trailer over a rough road or train tracks? Well, Timbren SES are going to smooth out those harsh slams and bumps that you've experienced. And as for ease of installation, Timbren wins here too. Unlike complicated airbag suspension installs like Airlift's load lifter system, which may even require professional help, the Timbren suspension enhancement system is designed for a more straightforward DIY approach that can be done in your driveway with basic hand tools. The last thing that we need to look at here is warranty and money back guarantees. Timbren suspension enhancement systems are backed with a lifetime warranty and a 100-day money back guarantee for as long as you own your Ram 2500. Similarly, Airlift airbags come with a lifetime warranty as well, but if you want to run one of their compressor systems, those are only going to come with a 2 or 4 year warranty depending on which one you're going to run. As for money back guarantee, these systems only come with a 60-day version, so a 60-day money back guarantee. So whether you're cruising down the highway or hauling heavy loads, understanding the strengths and limitations of your Ram 2500's coil spring suspension can make all the difference. If you've got a little extra cash to spend and you like the idea of controlling the air pressure in your airbag so that you can air up and air down as you see fit, then going with a system like Airlift's Load Lifter series is the direction you should go. But if you're trying to keep costs down and you want a set it and forget it solution that doesn't need to be played with or tampered with every time you start towing and hauling, then Timbren SES suspension enhancement systems are definitely the helper spring kit for you. Thanks for sticking around with us. Let us know your thoughts and what helper spring system you choose to run on your Ram 2500 in the comments below, and we'll see you next time.